What's up, gamers? We're back. It's another Yu-Gi-Oh video. I am back because, oh my goodness, we got a lot of new cards to go over. So first and foremost, this is about a week ago. They finally revealed the last card for the usage structure deck. Here we're gonna get in that legendary 5Ds deck with the keys and crows, and Synchro one way. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn, and only once that turn. Add to your hand or special summon one level 1 tuner from your deck or graveyard. And if this card's in your graveyard and you control Drunk Warrior or Monster Dimension, set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Terrible. Sure, you can search Effect Failure if you want. I do not care. They have doomed this structure deck because, Jesus, man, it is just. I understand when the first six or first four came out, I had high hopes because I think that it was a way that differentiate Junk Speeder shenanigans. Of course, Junk Warrior Extreme isn't the best, but it was like definitely a start. It's with the spell and the other two, of course. I thought, I was like, yeah, we might get somewhere. And then the other cards came out, including that Sonic Trick Retrain. I'm not even going to mention the Sonic Trick Retrain because it was just bad. Oh, anywho. Let's keep rolling. Strike Rich with Treasure Panther. This is a V-Jump promo. It's level 1 Earth Beast Flip Monster, of course. You can only use the first, second, third effect of this card's name once per turn. If a set monsters on the field, special summon this card from your hand. Target up to 3 set monsters. Change them to attack position. Then, if you change to 3 monsters to his attack position, inflict 900 damage to your opponent. If this card's flipped face up, send a normal monster from your deck to your hand. This is Mimigal support. This reads Mimigal support. You can flip up any set Mimigals that your opponent has if you already used ARCHFIEND. Nice burn damage is cool, but we have new time rules, of course, so it doesn't really matter as much. You're rarely ever gonna go into time, and this is never gonna matter as much. It's also a level 1 extender. It's not searchable. The only way it's searchable, is through Maker, but I really do not want to have Maker on. Use my Maker search with this, you know. This is fine, I guess. It's also a reference to Treasure Panda because since a normal monster from deck to the graveyard, Treasure Panda gets a normal monster from deck, so it's cool, I guess, but it's okay. Next up, we do have the OCG Stories manga that goes through the lore of each cards and such. I believe we're going through Magistus, but I believe this one is for Magic Musket, which is great. It's a level 2 light fiend link. Arrows are top and bottom. It needs 2 monsters to cooling on Light Fiend. Where have I seen this before? You can only use the first effect of this card thing once per turn. If this card's link summon, you can take 2 magical musket cards from your deck, hand, and or deck, including a monster. Special summon one of those monsters and set the other card to your opponent's field, and it has the magical musket thing. You can activate musket spell traps from your hand, which is great. So this effect right here, I will say, is another anti-pendulum effect. Ideally, you get like Caspar or Doc, or what's it, Starfire. It's either Starfire, Doc, or Caspar. Get one of those, you summon one of them, and then you set like a random trap that your opponent can't activate because they need to control a magical musket monster. So ideally, this also helps out with what's his name, Max. Max is helps out with Max because the second effect of Max. Second effect of Max could get the monsters from the deck because of the spells and traps. So ideally, you give them something like I want to say like a cross dom. You give them like cross dom, put it in their pen zone. They need to control a magical musket monster, and so because of that, they can't activate their scale. You could also give them a trap too. What's that one trap called? Fiendish Deal. You can give him Fiendish Deal or something. You know, just set Fiendish Deal. But yeah, I think this card's very good. Of course, Magic Monster Fiendsmith is probably like the way to go because Fiendsmith. I think this is very good. It's also funny enough it makes it easy to summon Zakiel because it's a level 8. So, you know, that's cool, I guess, right? But like at this point in the combo, if you get to cast this cast bar, right, and you using your search on Zakiel, what's the point? You know. Yeah, I think he's really good. I don't know when we're getting him though, because we have yet to get that one Sky Striker link, and Konami hates us. And finally, the biggest news here, V-Jump promos, we're getting Archfiend cards. They're called Demon in the OCG. We are getting Archfiend cards, which I think is really good. Is that another Ritual Pendulum, my guy? Whoo! Why is he cunty? You see this? Look at that. Look at that waist. Whew. Oh, these look nice. These look nice. Of course. Oh my goodness, I hate this web browser. Biggest shout out to Ignithia again for the translations. You deserve 8,000 cookies. I'm just saying. Royal Archfiend's level 7 Fire Fiend, 2,400 attack and 10,000 defense, not 10,000. Whew. This has Monarch stats. You tribute this card from your hand or field, add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except Royal Archfiend. Also, you cannot special summon for the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Archfiend monsters, and you can normal summon one Archfiend monster in addition to your normal summoner set. If a ritual monster you control is destroyed by battle with this card in your graveyard, special summon this card. That's nice. Gets any Archfiend card, which is a very wide selection. There's that one trap that's kind of ridiculous. It was using that your belt FTK or whatever. Archfiend Eccentric's pretty good. You could get all the summoned Skull Retrains if you want. It's cool. Duke Archfiend, level 4 Water Fiend, 0 attack, 2,000 defense, gains attack equal to its level times 200. You can use the following effects once per turn. Target a face-up monster you control. Send out Archfiend monster from your deck to the graveyard, except itself, and if you do, that target monster's level increases by the level sent to the monsters. If a ritual monster you control is destroyed by battle with this card in your graveyard, special summon this card. Highness Archfiend, nice. So I think it's the retrain of the original Archfiend, the one that just gets all the Archfiend stuff. If this card's normal summon, you could it's Light Fiend as well. Jesus Christ. You could banish one Archfiend monster, a card from your graveyard, add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand, except herself, and you cannot special summon for the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Archfiend monsters. If a ritual monster you control is destroyed by battle with this card in your graveyard, special summon this card. You can't do anything though because it needs to be normal summoned. Is that true? Is that true? Well, you can't do much about that. Doom Emperor Archfiend, level 7 Fire Fiend, a Ritual Pendulum. That's Pendulum skill 0. Pen effect, you can target one other face-up trap in the field, destroy it, and discard. Cool. Like Eccentric Archfiend, Archfiend Eccentric, nice. Monstrous effect. Ritual this card with Archfiend's Stone, good for pre-prep stuff. This card in the extra monster zone is unaffected by other monster effects. Oh, that's not so bad. Go use the following effects once per turn. If it's ritual summoned from the extra deck, ooh, you can banish all of the monsters on the field except monsters in the extra monster zone. If this card is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon one fiend monster from your hand, deck, graveyard, or banishment. Nice. That's kind of ridiculous here. This is ridiculous because this serves as an extender or follow-up, and then the banish all the monsters on the field except monsters in the extra monster zone. That's also ridiculous as well. The ritual spell, ritual summon one Archfiend ritual monster from your hand, a face-up extra deck, a graveyard, or banishment by tributing monsters from your hand and or field whose level is equal or exceeds that monsters. And during the standby phase, if Doom Emperor Archfiend is face-up in the extra deck, add this card from your hand or graveyard or banishment to your hand. Nice. This is a really good ritual spell. That's a really good ritual spell because this just gets it from anywhere except deck, but it doesn't matter because you want to have this dude in your face-up extra deck. That's good. Archfiend strategy: feed monsters in your extra monster zone, gain 1,000 attack. You can activate one of the following effects: banish a feed monster or Archfiend card from your hand or graveyard. Add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. Except again, very good. This is very good. Add whatever you want. Add an Archfiend Pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck face up. That's the main way to get this dude here. Archfiend's Humor: normal summon, a special summon 1 level summon low Archfiend monster from your hand or deck. Or if you have an Archfiend Ritual monster in your face of extra deck, you can special summon 1 each of Royal Archfiend, Duke Archfiend, and Highness Archfiend from your hand or deck instead. And that's insane. This just reads E Telly for 3. Archfiend Spirit. That's who it was. Thank you, Plat D. Archfiend Harris got a second retrain with Highness Archfiend. And then Archfiend Spirit. If you control an Archfiend Ritual monster in the extra monster zone, target a face-up card your opponent controls. Negate its effects till the end of this turn. Negate. Cool. This card banished from your hand or field, aka strategy. Highness. If this card is banished, it can add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except itself, and you can only use each effect of Archfiend Spirits once per turn. Now, I have pulled up the database here. Let me just type in Archfiend. So, we got 72 cards that we could sell. Not counting you. You do not count. So, you can get Annihilator Archfiend's pretty good. Archfiend Cavalry's cool. Archfiend Commander. He might get played. He is an extended. A free extended? You call an Archfiend card? Special summon this card from your hand? Oh, I lied. You can target Archfiend card you can destroy. Here's Eccentric, which is another retrain, which is cool. Archfiend Emperor, the first level horror, like all this stuff. Here's Empress, General, Giant, Harris. I do think you still play Harris because it does still search the rest of your stuff. Alright, what else do we got? Interceptor. Do not care. Do not care. Archfiend and Guilford. Let's go, baby. We can finally search Archfiend and Guilford. This is the old field spell, which is pretty cool. I don't know you'll playing this. No. Archfiend's Advent. Oh, baby. You might play this one. I love terrible Shining Sock support. This one is a snatch deal, so that's cool. So the lock specifically states on Royal and Highness, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the deck except Archfiend monsters. So this means Archfiend's Ascent, Archfiend's Zombie Skull. You're not playing Zombie Skull. Archfiend's Call. Whoa, I went too far. Sorry. So we have the Summon Skull Xyz, Summon Skull Fusion, Summon Skull Synchro, Chaos Archfiend, Chaos King Archfiend, Cross Mine Archfiend, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, Archfiend Bane. You're not. He's banned. Infernity Doom Archfiend, Link Mail Archfiend, Master King Archfiend. You're not. There's no way in hell you're making number C102. Let's ignore him. Overmind Archfiend. Okay, of course the OG Red Dragon Archfiend, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Scar Red, Scrap. You're not making Scrap Archfiend. Thought Ruler Archfiend, Tyrant, Vector Scare Archfiend, even though he's a Cybers. Sure. And these are the last two. Yeah. So the main ones would be like Crossmine Archfiend, because this Crossmine, Chaos King Archfiend helps with battle, of course, the whole RDA stuff. Summon Skull Fusion, and then Chaos Archfiend's pretty good too, because then you can, if it ever leaves, you summon Chaos Angel. But of course, Chaos Angel, you kind of want to properly summon it, and then you have these three as well, which is pretty good. I don't think you're playing this one though, because that means you got to run. I don't think you're playing this one, because realistically speaking, yeah, it doesn't get it from deck. So you have to have this one in hand. If this said Ritual from deck, just like Mitsurugi Ritual, then I would probably maybe consider it. Sucks, but yeah. Of course, Archfiend's Call, kind of ass too, because you cannot target any Summon Skull you control. None of these say Summon Skull, so it's right. And then Ascent, you need 2 level 6s. It's also pretty bad too. Damn, all the Archfiend extra deck cons kind of suck for the most part. They're all either Summon Skull or just Archfiend. It sucks. I mean, Chaos Archer is pretty good, because if any card's been banished, you banish some of them off the field spell, right? That's pretty good too. Crossmine Archfiend's pretty good, relatively. And then Chaos King Archfiend's, helps with it's a battle trick, and then the RDA stuff. This lock kind of sucks for the most part. Like, it wants you to play some of those Summon Skull stuff, but they are not named Summon Skull stuff. If this dude's Mass Effect says this card's name also becomes Summon Skull in like the hand deck graveyard and stuff like that, I think it would have been funny, but it would have helped with like the recent Archfiend support in a sense. Archfiend Matador card that came out not too long ago. What? Actually not out yet. At least it's in 3 days. Oh. Archfiend's Matador. Interesting. I think this stuff is fine. So it's the spooky thing, the October Core booster set. Yeah, I think this stuff is fine. It does hinder by the fact that you are locked to the Archfiend. That's a nice ritual spell, by the way. To the Archfiend like ritual. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons right here, dude. Look at this. I think it gets hidden by the fact that they are forced to run the Archfiend extra deck stuff, but not in the main deck, so it could be worse, right? It could be worse. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time, I am probably going to figure out more Yu-Gi-Oh combos. Who knows? Thank you all for watching.